Okay, let's get started with APT. APT made another low. So because BTC was upset. Now, when the BTC is upset, we cannot expect alt would go in opposite direction. It's not going to happen. Maybe 1 day, 2 day, or some low cap coin which can be easily pumped. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about fairly high volume coin. They do not go up when BTC is falling. So today's post, I hope you will find helpful. Which is like, I'll just reiterate a couple of points that sometimes doing nothing is best. Now, I'm talking about those who are, let's say, short term. Short term means point to point, let's say untrodden feature or any short term feature that you have. So if you are targeting from one level to another, let's say 20% move, I'm talking about that kind of trading, which is like point to point trading, I call resistance to support to resistance kind of a trading, or resistance to another resistance. In that case, those kind of traders, not necessarily day traders, but basically those who are short term like that. So I, if I'm that kind of a trader, I would not trade when the BTC is upset. I would simply take a break, no matter what. I would preserve my value. And that day, like yesterday, when I posted you all that BTC is likely to hit support and all, and so that's where they charge up, and we see that how they bump. Okay, so sometime what happens, 3 days, 4 days, 1 week, sometime even couple of weeks. I'm talking about those who cannot short, by the way. So those who only go long, I would just, if I'm that trader, I would just sit tight and do nothing. Yeah, I mean, so it's like going against the wind is not a good idea. But when BTC finds support and we see good bounce, that's where that short-term trading can happen. Otherwise, timing is very difficult. Like when the BTC is going down, very difficult to time it. Even if you time enter, let's say very few hours of bounce, but very hard to get out. So it's very difficult. So that's what now. So when it hits this kind of a support, let's say APT, just taking APT as an example, yeah, one can try keeping this support in mind, which I explained the risk management with respect to what is the depth and all. So you know that how to calculate it. But what we observe here is this, it went down, attempt went down, attempt, consolidation, um consolidation went down. This is more like a double bottom scenario. This was double bottom scenario. That means a potential bounce, and it had bounce, but not quite high enough. So and then another drop. So if you look at this was the first major drop, second major drop, then this is whole entire consolidation, and then another drop. So APT is in downtrend, still in downtrend. And remember, I had added this level for your guidance in a way, or it's more like a lighthouse at a beach. If you're a navigator, the lighthouse is indicating something, that this is the shore, right? It doesn't tell you that this is the port or exactly you are supposed to land here. But when you are in the ocean, everything is dark around, then one lighthouse is a big deal. So when this is going down, and if I say this was the required level and it was here, this is an indication that this is not done yet. Okay, there's opportunity or potential, a probability of a bounce or recovery, but not quite confirmation unless you reach to the shore, which is this one. So this is more like a lighthouse. Now it is here. So this didn't work out, this failed, and this is continuing. So I may bring down this one, but I'm not doing it. So maybe I'll bring it down up to this, but not much. This much I can do. I don't want to 11.6. So the requirement has changed with, and this, I should remove this. Otherwise you will misunderstand. The green arrow has to be above this one, like this, right? Because this is our lighthouse. And this is like you're in the ocean and then you're moving towards, this is where you land. And this is where you'll find a way out. That's the interpretation, right? So we have added one more support. I'll just make it round figure. 7.7 for APT. And we can clearly, well, now we can say that above S1 will give us confidence that it wants to improve. Anything in this region is again regular attempt, like not, we call dead cat bounce. Not good enough. It has to really go up. But above S1 is really encouraging move, right? Now, I'm not saying one has to wait for S1 to be broken. One can take chance, but without forgetting that this is not a level where we get confirmation, technically speaking, right? And remember incremental strategy. And another reminder, who always say DCA, dollar cost average strategy, buy the dip. They don't understand. They are not telling the truth fully. The DCA is not explained well. I should say that DCA is a good strategy, but it's not explained well in my point of view. DCA is not that you keep buying on dip, in my point of view, because how would you know that this low is the low from where it will recover? So it makes new low, it makes another. So unless you have infinite resources, a lot of dollars, then it's a different story, right? Otherwise, to me, it's a risky game. My style is different. If I buy here, but if the support is broken, I'm going to get out. Then I'll take another chance. I'll buy here, but if that support is broken, I'll get out. I'll buy again, but if support is broken, I'll get out. That's my style. So of course, and if I buy and it doesn't go down but up, we can say I have done DCA. Yeah, dollar cost average. Why not? Because let's say I would have this could be my second buy. I would have bought somewhere here in past. So while it was going down, I wanted to buy more, but not like buying only. Buying, exiting, buying, exiting, buying, exiting in case if it goes down. But if it doesn't, then I would end up buying more compared to this one. So my DCA has more benefits. My DCA strategy has more. So I'm following DCA, but not like those who to tell you that keep buying on the dip. So that's where I differ. So that's why I say DCA is good, but they are not telling the complete picture. So it's important. So I hope you get it. Okay, so we can now go on a higher time frame and look at the different. Yeah. Atom. The next one is atom. Atom is borderline case. It's still on the horizon. It's a borderline case. It survived again. There's a breakdown attempt, recovered, breakdown attempt, recovered. So on edge. Remember, so this downtrend is not over for atom in a true sense, because it has to break about this. That's why my the path is from here, because this was the downtrend. If you look at this one, right, this is downtrend, first major attempt, and everything that you see is within this zone, if you notice. So this is consolidation, and right now there is no sign. See, the fundamentally there could be something happening. There could be something happening. It doesn't matter. If the fundamental is not reflected on the chart, to me, it doesn't matter. So for an example, if I want to improve my health, okay, I eat some food, you come and say, this food is good, improves your immunity and all. I eat it. Let's say I trust you, I eat it. I don't see the change. Okay. It was food, it was fundamentally good food. It doesn't. So to me, I would say, okay, maybe it's good. It maybe it's good for you. It's not good for me. Health point of view. Okay. This is what I say. Similarly, there can be something good happening with the atom. But that good happening is not reflected in terms of price action. What is the real benefit for me? Only that good happening is good for the project, right? Developers, team. But what for me? Because I'm a trader, for me, it's good only when the price goes up. Very simple. But assuming that something is good happening, and that's why price will go up, and that's why I should buy. That's not buying based on TA. That's buying based on fundamentals that you study. And the crypto fundamentals are very poor or short term, so to speak. The macro fundamentals are more effective, which I explained in the previous session or Bitcoin session, part 1. Those are more effective and long term. Any crypto fundamentals are short. And we can say that the crypto fundamentals are always overridden by the macro fundamentals. So even though there is something good is happening, these coins are under shadow of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is under shadow of fundamentals, of macro fundamentals. That's why even there is good happening, you don't see price action. If I have to justify why, that's a simple explanation. That means there are other negative factors which are, it's a if you dug in war, I mean, you know what happens. You think that you're pulling on your side, right? So you should be able to, but the other side in tug of war, other side is also pulling and would think the same. If the forces are equal, there's no net movement. So even there is fundamentally good happening on atom or for any coin for that reason, but there are counter, there is, if there are counter, there is counter effect, right? Another force on the opposite side, then that's an explanation. Now, what are those? You can investigate. The beauty of technical analysis is in the tug of war, it doesn't matter whether there are 2 players on the left side and a 2 player on the right side, or 3 player on the right side, or 4 players on the left side. It doesn't matter whether the 4 players on the left side are stronger, or it doesn't matter. You don't have to find out, because the price will tell you. So if the price goes up, and let's say in tug of war, we call up is equal to right hand side. We can say if the price goes up, that means the team on the right side is stronger. Whether there are 2 people, 3 people, it doesn't matter. It's about the net effect of those people on the right side are stronger than the net the force on the left side. Makes sense, right? So that's how it is. When the price, when you see this kind of price, which is doing nothing for weeks and weeks, that means it's in equilibrium. I'm not saying this is bad. This is consolidation. There's nothing to be, there's not major money to be made, because it's not trending, it's consolidating. And this has to be understood. So this is not based on any fundamental. This is purely based on technical analysis. And that's the beauty. If I spend money here, and I'm sitting like duck for months and months, let's say this, if this is the middle price, right? This is the low, this is the high, and this is August 2022. This is like close to 10 months or 9 months, right? And my portfolio is not going up for 9 months. So what is the real benefit, even if this is fundamentally strong, right? But we have to keep some coins because one day they could go up and then give us the move on the upside. And coin like, so in case of Atom, this is the level where it is. So that's why it's important when you choose coin. So it's not that Atom is bad. If I have to choose Atom, I will decide what size I should take. That's very important when you build, when I would build portfolio, I would say, okay, it's not trending. That means it doesn't deserve money. It's not trending, but it's good. So I might start with something, but not much because it's not trending. That would be my thought process, because you cannot time it. If it starts, you might be late and probably you may not be able to buy. So I may start, but I would not waste my liquidity during the consolidation. So understand the phases: downtrend, consolidation, and uptrend. These are the three major phases. And you can always um, break down uptrend into two, where we can say recovery and then confirmation, which I explained in last session, I think. And similarly for the downtrend, potential breakdown and a confirmation of breakdown, that kind of a thing. So you can break down into five phases, right? But broadly speaking, there are three phases: down, consolidation, up. So the money I would put, more money I'll put when it is trending up, if I'm going long. I hope this will help you understand. Okay. AVAX touch. I should remove this now, for now. By my green is here. So the AVAX is still going down. So it has hit S2. What I observed, many alts actually suffered a lot, big way. So alts are really weak at this moment. We saw a good bounce, but they are really weak. Some of the alts I saw, I mean, just to name one, sushi, it made new low. New low. I was surprised. I wasn't tracking, but I just happened to see in my tracker. It made new low. And then I saw a few randomly. They made new lows. So the odds are really beaten up badly. And that tells me that importance of BTC and couple of high resilient coin is so important. So that's another aspect. One aspect of portfolio building, as I mentioned, understanding the phase, and second, understanding the resilience of a coin. The So the next one, BNB, is a resilient one, as we know, and it is doing much better. So this is thinning out. You see that this red zone is thinning out. Then the beginning of this green one, it dipped, but not miserable, not something like almost something. So this is super strong, right? So, and BNB is one of the super strong. So what we choose is also very important. Diversification is important, and within that diversification, what we choose. So we have 15 coins for that reason, so you get different flavors. Okay, Doge hits the support again. So the pattern is still here. So this is interesting pattern. I will remove this and add our quick one. So visually, this is what it's doing. Wow. Boom, bam. So it could end up with this. Boy, but it could end up with this, aligned with this. Let me draw at this angle. But if this support is broken, if S1 is broken, then this gone. this is gone, right? Then it's in trouble. But this downtrend is because of this consolidation. If you look at without drawing, the downtrend was at peak because it's a huge area from this compassing point of view. And this is thinning out. You see, this is shrinking, thinning out. It's indicating that it's kind of not that aggressive. But if it goes down, then again, this will expand. So this has to break above, come over, come above, yeah, break above this, then it will change. So uh, I would say this. Let me add a level here somewhere here. This add a green level here as usual. This is kind of a required. This is a required level. If it closes about this one, whatever 995, let's say round figure, then we can say that it wants to go up. Okay. Otherwise it. So I must add down arrow as well now because it's close to the support, but down arrow comes from below support. So some space is there, some tolerance is there. But yeah, it's an edge case. EGLD is the next one. It's holding up, but not quite recovered. Without drawing, yeah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Rejection. Ah, lovely. So, so this green level makes sense. And then above R1 will give confirmation that it wants to make another trend. So remember, this is still consolidating on the downs, consolidating. It's not out of the woods at all. So this above green is the first confirmation, and above R1 will be the last confirmation from this indicator point of view. And which is actually making sense about, because this was the point of rejection. So if it closes above R1, which is roughly the same, then we can say that will be the beginning of the trend on the upside. Not bad. And why it is important like this? So this is like December for BTC. So this BTC is almost double from December price action. And some of the coins have not even started. So why you would be wondering why I'm spending time? Because it's like the bus, which one bus, I'm not saying the bus, BTC bus has gone forever. The analogy is like the BTC has passed some stations. Okay. Some of the coins is at a origin and not even started and not even crossed the first one. So you may say, this is my first station, this is my second station, and so on. Right? BTC has crossed a couple of or 2-3 station already. It's already has begun the journey. BNB or even Ethereum, they already, but so many coins, not even RNDR has also started. We'll see that. So interesting analogy. So why so these coins are could do wonder in coming weeks and probably outshine some of the coins which moved earlier. Why? Because this is like a dam, water dam, and when the water dam blasts off on the upside, let's say, of course, then it would have immense energy to start with, and then so that's why it's important. Ethereum, wow, nice. So there's no red zone, green zone is a star. So this is indication it's establishing. And now this is further confirmation, but you see, this is also crossover. I would like to see crossover. And this is beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful. I like this. I like this on this one. And I like this one also. So this indicator is under test. Beautiful so far. Anyway, so this is like made new high, but right now under pressure for last 3 weeks. This is perfectly all right. So Ethereum is one of the strongest ones, as we know. right? Why not? So doing really good. And I think this is showing the continuation. FET, oh, it broke below. Tuk, 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 tuk. So following the red one, what is the meaning of this? So we can always say this recent low is the support because the market level support at this moment. But uh, I would not say, because it's not bouncing, it has to bounce, right? So it's not ready yet in a way. It has to bounce. So it's under pressure at this moment. So above S1 is where I would be interested, because it makes sense. Then it would be back. So it's still within the green zone because of the nice move earlier. But and so this drop is annoying, but not quite beginning of the downturn, not in a real sense, because with respect to this wave, this is not deep enough. And this indicator is indicating that as well. There's a hint of a redness. There's a hint of a red zone, but not big. So if there's a big, nice move on the upside from here on or next week, then we'll not see, and we'll be back seeing. It'll be back to green, and this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Even this one is beautiful. Anyways, so the next one is Filecoin. This is weak, broke this support. So this pattern invalidated, we can say. Okay, so it's now critical support. This is critical one in a way. So I said this below this is warning, below this is red. So this is warning zone for Filecoin. Above this is back in the game. So I'm not going to change anything here, nothing to change. And above orange, I think let me make green. So this is a green level. This is the required level. Yeah, so this is warning within warning zone. FTM, barely on support. Support, edge case. Nothing wrong at this moment. Trend point of view, this is like a edge case and not quite established downtrend. This is like initial sign, not a confirmation. But below this support is warning, and below S1, this 0.358. I am sorry, S1 is 358. My bad. Below 358 is warning, and below this one, which I should draw with a white line to avoid confusion. Then that's a risk level. But yeah, right now it's weak. Matic broke S1. So it's actually warning. So this pattern failed. But I would say this pattern extended. So I would change it like this. And it will fail below this for sure. So I'm not going to do like this. It doesn't make sense. This is still okay. Like this one. Small loop, bigger loop, and probably the even bigger loop. You see how, so the loop is expanding. Makes sense. But yeah, it's not ready yet. I would like to see above S1 because this is warning zone. Above below this is I don't know what happened. Matic was one of the strongest one. I don't know what is happening. So again, I don't care what is happening within Matic world. I don't care. I just care about the chart. This is not happening at this moment, so I have to remove it. The support is broken, but week is not close, and week hasn't ended. So if it bounces, then it would survive. But if it doesn't, then we can say the risk for this near coin has triggered. So this is one of the weakest one at this moment in the list. Should we add? Should we add something? So if this is broken, I'll remove it, just a heads up. And that's what we do, because what we do is we don't keep any coin which is in a risk zone at this moment, right? So this is a boundary case. So if near closes below the support, then it will be replaced with something which is trending. So in 15 coin list that you see, we change it only if coin is breaks the key level, or in a rare occasion. In a rare occasion, what we do is something is sideways moving and boring, like for example atom or doge. The names are good, but if they're not, and if there's something more, we cannot expand the list. So if something is really good trending, then we can drop atom, we can drop um doge, like we had dropped dot coin, which is dot is a nice coin project wise. And but what can we do if the prices action is not attractive? So that's why we want winning horses. This is RNDR is one of the strongest coins, I would say, or the strongest coin from its price action point of view, strongest out of 15 coins, similar to Ethereum, but it is more like price action wise, it's more dynamic. So yeah, that's how it is. So this is green zone, it's continuing, no issue. It broke above, supported, and then crossover also happened. That's why this is the strongest one. Reaction near this, perfect. This is the strongest coin for this reason, technically speaking. Crossover happened. BTC is crossing, Ethereum is crossing, near crossing, near cross. It had this is so this is the only coin which has crossed. Sand is in trouble. So near and sand probably will have to kick them out. Yeah, I think I'm going to kick out sand and replace with something, which we'll see. I'll announce it. SOL. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. It has actually hit the support. You see, it has hit the support. They're not quite a threat, because warning is below this and threat is below this. So it's far off, not an issue. So this has delayed. But yeah, tricky one. Tricky one, tricky one. But I like this. I like this. So that means it breaks above 26, then it's good. So we have this at 27 plus. So I can change it to a little lower. But 26.35. Yeah, fair enough. That's green level. So I should have this arrow from here. This is no trade zone kind of. Yeah, that ends the analysis. I hope you find it very useful. I demonstrated newly added compass. So this compass is under test and it will be available. I might offer this separately. I don't know. I haven't decided. This is yeah, M Club will get it for free. M Club will get it for free for sure. But I'm not sure. I don't have a plan. Anyway, so I end this session here. We covered everything. We'll find. So the summary is the BTC is looking good. Altcoins are improving, and you much better than last week, early this week. I would say not all, of course. Two coins I mentioned not good. So I'm going to replace Sand coin. You'll get the announcement. Yeah, and if near closes below support, then also replace that one. Okay, I'll end here. See you next week.